Today I want to talk about dealing with the unknown and feeling vulnerable. I have always been a person that knows what she wants. Since the age of 12 years old, I've, went for my dreams, kept going, always wanting to, be successful, be a singer, songwriter, and make a difference with my music. Essentially, that's always who I was. That's always what I wanted. Don't think fame was a thing. I don't think fame was everything. I don't think I want attention. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 6 feet tall. So I guess I do get attention anyway. So it's easy to say that you don't want something when I probably don't even notice that I'm getting it. But yeah, I always knew what I wanted to do. And I always took the steps, to go for it. At 18, I moved to New York because I wanted to be a better writer and wanted to live life as an artist and knowing what it felt like. And so I moved to New York and, I sang there and I became a better writer. And then I had a band, and then we toured with the band, and then, we toured the US, we toured Europe, and it just felt like every single time I decided on what I wanted, and I just went for it. I moved to London. We wrote an EP, put the EP out, got signed to an indie label. Life kind of moved forward. So I always felt like whatever I set a goal towards, I kind of made it happen, even though I always feel like the goal would be much bigger. And I get like, okay, this is what I asked for, but I just thought it would be even bigger than that. But all right, we'll take this for now, right? And then we're in this moment right now, which is kind of a moment of this feeling of losing your power, feeling vulnerable, not knowing what's next, having options that you're kind of looking at and being like, okay, do I go for this? Do I go for that? And then you attract this kind of very crazy, unorganized situations where you're like, what is happening? So this is what I want to talk to you about today, is really dealing with the unknown and dealing with not knowing on what comes next. I've done many podcasts where I've talked to people about, I've talked to you about, going for your goals, keep going and fighting and be strong and all that stuff. And then I'm in a moment right now in my life where I'm kind of like, oh my God, I am so vulnerable. I am so like on the edge because it feels like things are changing and I want to level up and I want to live this like life that I set myself to live. Financially, successfully, I want to be this person that I'm proud of and that I've accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. Now, I could feel like this because, yes, I'm about to get married, and this has an impact on me as things are going to change after that. Perhaps I will have a baby, or perhaps, and things are just going to move forward. And I do have this feeling of like, wait, but I haven't done everything I wanted yet. And although getting married or having a baby is not the end of my life, it's a new beginning, I have this feeling of like, okay, I'm kind of losing my control. Professionally, it's kind of the same thing. And I'm in this point where I'm like, after I did my show, we created this show idea, this immersive concert that's never been done before. It opened the door to opportunities that I've never thought I would be really attracted to. So now, not only, obviously, I've always sang, I've always wrote songs, but not only that, I also like, the behind the scene. I like writing songs for other artists. I like producing shows for other artists. And it just opened that whole world to me that was like, oh my God, but maybe that's even more exciting than just me singing. But yet, I have something to say. I'm such in a weird phase where I have something to say. I feel like I just have, like, when I sing, or sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe it's time for me to move on and, let the space for somebody else and go more behind the scene, right? And then I have something that happened to me where somebody comes and be like, oh my God, I just came to hear you sing today. And I'm like, okay, so, and that you made my day. And I'm like, okay, so I have to continue, right? And that's the reason why I've always continued following my goal, my dream as a singer, as a songwriter, even after so many years, is because every single time I'm about to be like, okay, maybe I have to do something different, or maybe it's time, like I said, to go behind the scene. Something happens and something shows me that I have to, keep pushing. I have to keep pushing, because my whole goal with being an artist and doing music is to make a difference. And it's always been about making a difference, because I believe music made a difference to me. It made a big difference in my life. And I wanted to make a difference. I want to make a difference for others. And that's really the core of it all. And creating the show Truth in There made this even more real and even more something I wanted to pursue. But I'm also, somebody that needs to make money and live. And being an artist is, you constantly are looking for opportunities. You constantly are looking for what's next. And yes, the last 3 months, I don't know what's next. And that's the truth. I have the opportunity to take a concept that we've built to the next level. And obviously, I will go there. But I'm also wanting, and I feel like this is my next level, perhaps. This is where I get to, use my brain as much as my talent and kind of push to something that could change really everything. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of learning new things and being business Andrea. And so perhaps that will take time from me being songwriter Andrea, which is the core of it all. So I'm not sure what to do with that. And then I've been working in situations that are, or people that are very disorganized. And it's been all this because I'm pushing to the next level. And it's been very hectic and it's spiraling. And when you're in a situation where you're like wanting to push forward, wanting to go to that next level, but somehow it doesn't feel right, but you don't know why it doesn't feel right. You don't know if it's because it doesn't feel right because you're not comfortable and it's something new and different, or is it because it doesn't feel right because the people you're working with, you just don't have that kind of built on steady, strong relationship. And you don't know. I don't know right now. I have no idea what comes next, because I kind of, I'm losing control. And in a way, it's a good thing, because anytime I've let go and lost control in, like, let's say a breakup, like anytime I've gone through a breakup, my vulnerability has been high, and I've just been I've just lived on the edge, like let go of everything. And in those moments, I felt like life, people, the world was kind of holding me up. And in those moments, I've also seen beauty, the beauty in the world, beauty in people. I've just had this, because it was no more about like what my next thing is. What's this? It was like this moment of like calmness and just surrendering onto what's in front of you. And so I am battling what's next. And I am surrendering, but I'm scared because I'm like, yeah, I'm scared because I don't know. And if you're out there and you're feeling like me, it's going to be okay. I hope so. I think we're going to be okay. I think this space is also sometimes the best place to be, to go through our journey and to see what's next, because perhaps this is a moment of change, and this is the moment where everything kind of goes to that next level and everything, kind of moves forward, and suddenly you live the life you always wanted to live. And maybe it doesn't take 3 months, maybe it takes 6, maybe it takes a year. But I feel like this is the moment where I needed to share this with you, because I've always, like I said, been somebody that push forward, whatever somebody says no, like don't listen, keep going. And I do agree, I do believe, like never listen to somebody that says you can't do this. If anything, take that and push it and make it so it pushes you to the next level, because nobody should say no to you. If you want to do something, if it's in your gut, you go for it, right? But perhaps this moment of being in the unknown is a moment of also being okay with that. And I think I'm going to be okay with that. And I think I'm also going to have to say that I'm going to deal with the craziness around me and be okay with the outcome, Because yes, at some point you have to kind of put your foot down and just say like, hold on. Why is this not working? Why do I feel like this whole world is spiraling and I'm just kind of in it, and I'm doing things that are okay, but do they feel right for me? I'm not sure. It doesn't still feel like this is it, except my show, except Truth and Dare, the experience. And maybe this is because I have the control. I don't know. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts. This is me today, and I just thought to share my thoughts and do a podcast about the unknown and how to deal with it. And perhaps you have answers for me, or you want to share how you feel. I would love to hear it from you. I would love to hear from you. And I can't wait to share what comes next. Have a fabulous day, and thank you so much for listening. This podcast has been created by myself, Andrea D, and produced by Aaron Knight. To learn more, listen to the music, and join our mailing list, please go to andread.me. If you would like to be a guest on the show, don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to know more about your story. Last but not least, if you would like to contribute to this podcast, please do. We would love to keep going and make amazing episodes that inspire you. So don't forget to click on the link below. See you soon.